Now, in his career, his book American Tragedy was made into a film twice. In 1931, Sternberg actually directed it, and this is the book. But in 1951, it became this, A Place in the Sun, which is hugely famous, both as an adaptation and as an Elizabeth Taylor movie with Montgomery Clift and Shelley Winters, long before she was a little old woman that everybody laughed at. And this was a marvelous story based in a true life event, then fictionalized for the novel, then the novel further adapted into the film, because it dealt with some issues that we couldn't talk about in film, even in the early 1950s. Basically, Montgomery Clift's character is a very poor young man who moves to the big city, gets a job with his distant cousin's factory, and he's told you can't date the factory workers. So he actually has an nobody knows relationship with a woman who works with him, and that's Shelley Winters. Meanwhile, he's getting to know his cousin's very rich family that includes their neighbor, Elizabeth Taylor. And of course, he falls in love with her, but no one's ever going to let them get married because he's the poor boy and she's the rich girl. But he starts getting promoted and making more money, and they're like, ah. Meanwhile, Shelley Winters, the girlfriend, yeah, you know what happens to her? She gets pregnant. And when she tells him, it's, oh no, going to ruin his life. So he has to figure out what to do. And the really scary, sad thing, which comes from the true life story, is that he took her out on a rowboat for a date and he killed her and dumped her in the river because he wants to marry the rich girl, right? This was very, very controversial for back in the day, right? But they were able to get away with it. So Dreiser shouldn't have worried about his work because it transferred pretty well to the screen, right?